Am I looking at you or am I looking at the camera?
Yes.
Yes, that's not an answer. Hi, I'm Keiko Agena. I'm an actress. This is my life story. I grew up in Hawaii, on Oahu, and Hawaii is pretty idyllic in a lot of ways. It's very relaxed. There's a lot of Asian American people there. Well, the funny thing is when you're a kid, you don't think about that, or at least I didn't think about it. I don't know that I missed Asian people on television. I was obsessed with all of the stories, so I related to whoever it was that I saw. I think it was later on that when I saw an Asian person, then I got excited. But I didn't realize what I was missing when I was growing up. I took a mime class. I did a lot of after school activities because my mom was very. She was fun about that. We were all of us had some kind of after school activity or another, and one of mine was mime. So I took mime, and the very last mime class that we had was that we all auditioned for a play, and this particular one was called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and I was 10 and I auditioned for this play, and I think we all got in as long as we were available to do it. So I did this. I played the part of a narrator, and I think I had 4 lines in it, and it was a play, and I loved the experience, the whole rehearsal and getting to know people. And then once it was over, I was so sad. So I knew that was something that I wanted to do as much of that as I could. So I just kept doing more, as much as I could.
If you're out on the road, feeling lonely and so cold, all you have to do is call my name and I'll be there on the next train. Where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow. Where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow where you lead.
Has Gilmore Girls changed my life? Yeah. It's hard to say because I don't know what my path would have been without it, but it's definitely been one of the most important things that have happened to me, only because it's the job that I've had the longest. We were on for 7 years, and that was a real substantial amount of time in my life as far as acting, and even beyond acting, it's just job. I don't think I had I worked a lot of different jobs, but I didn't have one for so long. And it did change my experience with acting, because you have a job and it's somewhat consistent as much as an acting job can be. And yeah, there were a lot of ways. I think right now is a really nice time regarding Gilmore Girls because it came out on Netflix just this past last year. And so I think a lot of people who hadn't seen it before are seeing it now. And the response has been really, really nice. I sometimes get this question, and it's a bit strange for me to answer because I never really appreciated that fact while it was on. And I know that seems strange to people that ask me that question, like, duh, why not? I never thought about it. I never thought that I was special in any way. I mean, I think that I was glad to have a job, so I was glad to have someplace to go. But for some reason, I didn't think of the fact that she was an Asian character, and there weren't that many at that time or for that long. Now, when I get asked that question, I still don't have any answer for that. You would think after 15 years of that show starting, I would have. It still seems strange to me. I think I don't accept it. What's funny though is that I'm a huge supporter of Fresh Off the Boat, and maybe it's because I was involved with Gilmore Girls. I don't have a very good perspective of it, but I think that I do get excited for that show, and I do feel like it's very significant, and I'm very happy for it to succeed, and I think it is succeeding. So maybe it's just a distance thing. I just can't. I don't know how to look. I can't separate myself from the experience of it. See, the weird situation I am in is that people who know and people who don't. So it's a weird. It's a strange middle ground to live in. So it's never fully one way or another, except like when you're at a convention or something and everybody's loves Gilmore Girls and you stay in one. But normally it's this weird people thinking they know me from a certain Starbucks or something. Like sometimes they're like, you look familiar. But I will say it is kind of strange. The BuzzFeed seems to really love Gilmore Girls, so I did get a kick out of that. I'm like, oh, it's another Gilmore Girls BuzzFeed thing. Like, how many ways can we spin Gilmore Girls on BuzzFeed? I love it. Don't stop. Don't ever stop, BuzzFeed.
Was it a good color at least?
It had sparkles in it.
Wow.
And it smelled like bubblegum when it dried.
Oh well, there's no way Mark Twain could compete with that.
Mom, we're home.
Did you hear something? I'm not sure.
Mom, are you here?
We're open. Everything's half off.
We have contact.
Mom?
Lane?
Mom?
Lane?
Mom, where are you?
Lane, where are you?
Back here.
Over here.
I think she's that way.
Are we closer?
I'm by the table.
She's kidding, right?
Look, we'll meet you in the kitchen.
What?
The kitchen!
Who's that?
It's Rory, Mom.
Oh.
Wow, I could hear the disappointment from here.
Oh, come on, stop it.
You know, it sucks that after all these years, your mom still hates me.
She doesn't hate you.
She hates my mother.
She doesn't trust unmarried women.
You're unmarried.
I'm hayriding with the future proctologist. I have potential.
Go upstairs. Tea is ready. I have muffins with no dairy, no sugar, no wheat. You have to soak them in the tea to make them soft enough to bite, but they're very healthy. So, how was school? None of the girls get pregnant, drop out?
Not that we know of. Though come to think of it, Joanna Posner was glowing a little.
What?
Nothing, Mama. She's just kidding.
Boys don't like funny girls.
Noted.
Hello? Is anybody here?
We're here. We're coming. Have the muffins made from sprouted wheat. Only good 24 hours. Everything's half off.
Where are you?
Over here.
Where?
By the chair.
What chair?
I have a little bit of obviously an interesting view about that because I've benefited from casting outside of your specific ethnicity. So, but even beyond that, I think it's challenging. It's a challenging question because specifically I am Okinawan. So I'm a 41-year-old Okinawan woman. If we're going to be like 100%, if we're going to be specific. So the challenge for me is that unless I'm going to do my own one-woman show, it's hard to, I just wonder how definitive to be because I don't know. Like I've played a lot of different ethnicities within the Asian spectrum. So I'm definitely not hard and I don't have a hard and fast rule about it. I do think that it's not advisable for Caucasian people to play Asian people like that does have a lot of it comes up a lot, unfortunately. How do I feel about portraying people with accents? Well, I'll be honest. The first thing that I think is, holy crap, can I do it justice? I definitely don't think that you should not do a character because they have an accent. It all depends on how it's being portrayed. But I don't think that should be the a check mark to never do it. That would mean like you would never tell first generation stories, which I think are probably more interesting than the other stories that we're telling. I think you should be able to tell a story of someone who has moved to this country. I think that's way more brave than that's way harder than growing up here. Sorry. I mean, I know those are a lot of stories. That's valid. It's valid. Like, but you know, it's much harder to move to a new place and all of those challenges. So I think it just, you know, it all depends. I just am terrible at it. I wish I was much better at it. I mean, how lucky are we? How lucky are we that you're doing this? You know, you're gonna have an audience for this. You know, I mean, like, we're not in 1950 where there's 4 channels and that's all you get. You know, you have this, or you have a million other things where people can see people. And also, if you're curious, you can find it. It's not like you can never find it. My very heartfelt opinion about acting, and this is not just for Asian American actors, although Asian American actors can definitely take from this, is that it depends on what it is you're getting into it for. If you're getting into it because you want a certain lifestyle, then I would say stop right now. Just don't. If you're getting into it because you are obsessed with acting and you just love it and you love working with people, then continue. And the point is if you are obsessed with that and you get enough out of it, then you're gonna keep doing that regardless of what I say. So I think that know that for yourself. I think it's an addiction. I think the reason why we do it because it's very hard. I don't know any actor that I don't even know any actor that thinks it's easy. So I know that for myself, I'm addicted to it, and you can't not do it. So you just keep going and try to not get too scraped up along the way, and find good people that will support you for the right reasons, and be a good person. That would be my advice.